Hi! In this video I will show you how to knit in the round. First I will show you how to use a circular needle and then I will show you how to use DPNs. I will use a short circular needle to demonstrate. First take your needle and cast on the stitches. If your circular needle has a longer needle and a short one, use the longer needle to cast on. I cast on 48 stitches in total. After the cast on, make sure that your stitches are not twisted. So the cast on edge should be on the inside. The stitches should be near the tips of your needles. The working yarn should be connected to the right needle. Now bring the needles together and let the tail dangle in front of your work. Get your left hand ready to knit and put the left needle into your left hand and the right needle into your right hand. Place a stitch marker so that you can later identify the beginning of the round. Now use your right needle to work the first stitch on the left needle. Pull on the working yarn to tighten the stitch. You have now joined in the round. Continue working the stitches until you have reached the end of the round. Whenever there is too much tension on the left side, push the stitches on the right needle down and the stitches on the left needle up so that you can knit the next few stitches. Pull on the tail to tighten up the first stitch. Now you can work the next round, but make sure that the stitches are not twisted. After a few rounds, you won't have to check this anymore, but in the beginning, the work is so thin that it can easily twist without you noticing it. Slip the stitch marker to the right needle and continue working the stitches. Next, we will use DPNs to knit in the round. You can either use 2 DPNs at once or just 1 DPN to cast on. I mostly use only 1 DPN at a time, but if I want a really elastic cast on, like when I knit the cuff of a sock, I use 2 DPNs to make the stitches of the cast on edge bigger. Here I will show you how to use one DPN at a time. So take the first DPN and cast on half of your stitches. I cast on 48 stitches in total, so I cast on 24 stitches on the first DPN. After you have casted on the first half of your stitches, take a second DPN and cast on the rest of the stitches. For that, just let the first needle dangle in front of your left hand. Insert the second needle into the loop around your thumb and pull the working yarn through the loop. Now just ignore the first needle and cast on the rest of the stitches as usual. After the cast on, put the needles together and make sure that you didn't twist the stitches. The working yarn should be connected to the right needle. Let the tail dangle in front of the needles and push the left needle down. Now take the working yarn and the needles into your left hand. Take a third needle into your right hand and work the first stitch on the left needle. Continue working the stitches until you have worked half of the stitches that are on the left needle. After that, take the fourth needle of your set and work the remaining stitches of this needle. Next, work the first half of the stitches that are on the next needle. After you have worked half of the stitches, switch to the next needle and work the remaining stitches of the needle. You have now completed the first round of your work. From now on, just continue knitting across all of the needles in the same order as you encounter them, and always use the needle that is currently empty to knit the stitches. I hope this video was helpful, and thanks for watching.